Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News Update. The Gas-Free Hunter Alliance is calling on the Planning Minister Rob Stokes to reject the federal government's Kurri Kurri gas plant. The group formed in May and has collected 55,000 signatures on a petition opposing the $600 million project. Earlier this year, only 2 out of 250 submissions supported the plant. The group says the money could be better spent instead of going towards a gas and diesel plant, which experts say is not needed. The group will deliver the petition to the Minister's Sydney office today. There's renewed hope the highly contaminated Trugain waste oil refinery site at Rutherford will be finally cleaned up. The Herald reports the state government has awarded a $5.6 million contract to Suez Recycling and Recovery to ensure toxic firefighting foam-contaminated water stored in dozens of ageing tanks at the site is contained. The plan is to clean up the Kyle Street site so it can be returned to industrial uses. It's expected the final clean-up bill could top $10 million. Newcastle Lord Mayor Newcastle says the Matildas clash with the USA will attract a record crowd to the city. Australia will host the current FIFA World Champions at McDonald Jones Stadium on November 30 as part of a 2-match series. With COVID-19 restrictions easing, the stadium can be filled to capacity with fully vaccinated fans. Newcastle has told NBN she hopes the game attracts people from outside the region.
We will be looking to beat the 33,000 crowd record that was set at Stadium Australia for the Matildas. We should have that record. We're the ones that are passionate about sports and particularly women's sports, and we have had a crowd record here with the Matildas in the past.
The iconic Dairy Farmers Corner at Wickham is set to be transformed, with plans for a major Twin Towers development released. Developer Third Eye has lodged a DA with council for 2 towers, one 30 stories or 99 metres high and one 27 stories or 90 metres high, comprising of 184 apartments ranging from 1 to 4 bedrooms. If approved, the towers will become the city's tallest buildings. The development also includes a separate 5-storey building housing 1,500 square metres of commercial and retail space. Port Stephens council officers are scratching their heads to come up with a solution for owls who've set up nest in a rotting tree. A pair of powerful owls have set up camp in a tree at Salamander Bay, which is currently impacted by termites and rot. The tree is also threatening nearby homes, causing an issue for both families and the owls. Council's Vegetation Management Officer, Sam Porter, says he's hopeful they've reached a positive solution for all parties.
When the chicks have fledged, that means they've left home, and the only time their mum and dad will ever see them is when they need fuel money. The roost tree will then be removed. This means that it has no impact on the owls, and come next breeding season, the owls can find a new roost tree.
Hunter residents are being urged to consider their alcohol intake as we head into the festive season. Those aged 60 to 75 are asked to pay more attention to what's in their glass, as those who are older are more at risk of developing dementia from high alcohol intake. Senior Research Fellow Louise Mutin and her team are undertaking the Rethink My Drink study and says it's important to consider what you're putting in your body.
We know that in Australia 1 in 5 adults over 60 exceed risky drinking guidelines, which puts them at higher risk for chronic disease. To do so, my team and I at the Centre for Healthy Brain Ageing are conducting a world-first online intervention study. It's called Rethink My Drink. The aim is to help Australians over 60 reduce alcohol consumption and hopefully also prevent dementia.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle will host one of 2 friendly matches between the Matildas and the United States, with the sides set to face off at McDonald Jones Stadium on November 30. Northern New South Wales football CEO David Eland says the match will be a great opportunity to showcase the Hunter as a potential training camp for teams ahead of the 2023 World Cup. Jets recruit Mario Ocaez believes the club's intense training sessions will pay off when the A-League men's season gets underway in just 2 weeks. The 29-year-old says it's an important step towards improving on last season's disappointing results.
Every single session, the intensity and the pace is so high, and I think this is the way for us to get something important, to reach something important this year.
Newcastle cricketer Sam Bates says the Thunder aren't looking too far ahead after securing their first wins of the Women's Big Bash League campaign. The side started their season winless in their opening 5 matches before beating Melbourne and Hobart in a double-header in Tasmania last weekend. And the Knights will face the Roosters at the SCG in round 1 of the 2022 NRL season. And the winning numbers in Powerball are 12, 15, 18, 27, 30, 34 and 8, and the Powerball number is 8. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.